both teams came out swinging. So in the end, your team won. So what can you say about this opening day game?
Welcome back to the UAAP, right? So it looks like it's going to be that kind of year. Great for the fans, really exciting. Proud of the team sticking to the job and getting across the finish line. You guys don't know that Divine played with, he didn't practice all week, he hasn't practiced in a week. He played with pretty serious back condition. I was pretty proud of the way he kind of battled through. And also Dominic Escobar, he hasn't practiced in about 4 days. He's had similar back problems. So, both of those guys, you saw Dominic cramp up. That happens when you don't get good preparation. He hasn't had any preparation. So I think they were pretty exemplary of the toughness that the team showed today. But obviously, I can't change who I am. I'm not really very happy with the quality of our performance at both ends of the floor. There were times we were good at both ends of the floor, but this game was won on talent and not on tactics and coaching ability and cohesiveness. So give credit to the players. They fought to the finish line and won the game. But it's not the kind of performance that's going to be indicative of a team that will get to the playoffs and deserves to get to the playoffs. I know it's early, it's the first game talking about playoffs, but that's the UAAP. You blink and they're here. So we can't afford to drop games because we don't play efficiently, and we can't afford to put performances out there that put wins and losses at risk.
Thank you to Jared. You have 13 points, 5 assists, 4 steals, and 3 rebounds. So what can you say about your team's performance? I know it's first game, but it's still a long way to go. So first impression of your team, what can you say?
I believe when Coach Sub said this game was won between talent, not talent. So I think we have more to show. This is not us, and this is not us, and may papakita pa kami.
Set okay to Kymani Ladi. You have 26 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block. So this is your UAP debut. So what can you say about playing in front of a crowd with drums and everything? What can you say?
Yeah, well, I love the atmosphere here. It's new, but it's also, it's exciting for me because I've always wanted to play on a stage like this. And now I got opportunity, I'm taking it. So, it's great to play in this atmosphere.
Okay, the questions first are for the players, Kymani and Jared. Anyone? Go ahead.
Question for Jared. Jared, can you take us back to back-to-back three-pointers mo? I guess at that point, it was really an uphill climb for Ateneo'S. Where did you get that out of your pocket, yung ganong klaseng offense?
We got down 6, and I trusted the game plan that Coach Sab gave us. I was patient and just wait for open looks, and fortunately, I got those open looks, and I took the opportunity, and I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful that I went in.
For Kymani, obviously a good debut performance for you, but it was a pretty big test over time. Can you talk about just your first experience here, and I guess talk about competition a little bit?
Yeah, the competition is, it's really just great. It really gave me a test of what I can really do and what I can do for the team. But yeah, I try to do as best as I can. Whenever I get good shots from my teammates, whenever I see them open, I'm trying to get them as well. But yeah, it was a good effort from us. Sure.
Jared, paano mo napanatili lang yung tiwala sa sarili? Kasi medyo malas ka nung first 3 quarters, nakakaumala naman over the 4th quarter.
Actually, I just shot it, and it went through. So I didn't hindi ko tinignan yung pagkamalas ko sa first half of the game, and I just trusted my shot, and yeah, fortunately.
Jared, Coach Tab has high expectations for you to become Ateneo's leader. How are you settling in personally into that leadership role for Ateneo so far?
Being this early, Coach Tab gave me the captaincy, and I'm very honored and to accept the captaincy that he gave me, and yeah, starts with that. I don't really know, but I'm just ready for whatever it is.
Okay, any more questions from the players? If not, Kymani and Jared, you can tell them congratulations for the win. We continue with our post-game with Coach Tab. Anyone else?
Coach, congratulations not just for the win, but of course before the game there was a big announcement. Can you share us the rationale why you stayed? How was the process? Was that a difficult process for you?
You know, I guess the process ended today. It wasn't really a process. It was maybe a process for Ateneo and MVP to come to the point where, you know, they wanted to take this step. For me, it was, you know, a period of uncertainty over most of the year this year, and for a coach, that elicits two responses. One is you should be used to it if you're a coach that you've been around as long as I have, and the others you don't like it. You know, it's not fun to be uncertain about your future, but we put all that to bed today, and you know, I can't express enough my gratitude to the Ateneo and to Boss MVP for the confidence in me, and not just me. Epoch Kempo is very much a part of how our organization runs, and the entire coaching staff. You know, it's sort of a mini celebration for all of us to be validated with the offer of a job. And as a coach, you're always grateful when you get a job offer. So I was very excited, you know, to sit down and finalize this deal, and now just get busy looking forward to the future. You know, as I said to Boss MVP, and I said to Father Bobby today, I said, it kind of feels like coming home without having left home. But, you know, Ateneo is where I belong, and I'm delighted to be here.
Was that a no-brainer, Coach, for you, at least on your part, to stay, or did you seriously consider the other things?
Well, to be honest, when there's uncertainty around you, you know, as a coach, you have to kind of dip your toe in the market, see what's out there, and so, you know, there were distractions, I guess you'd say, for me. But at the end of the day, this is where I wanted to be. At the end of the day, this is a great offer to continue the work with the same people. And, you know, if I haven't said, you know, thank you to God, and thank you for the opportunity to continue to work at a Catholic university and continue to work in an environment where we truly do reinforce values. We truly do believe, and I don't know how you can make an emphasis on the word truly, but we truly do believe in the concept of a student athlete at Ateneo. I'm very privileged, very honored, and you know, when I say my prayers tonight, I will thank God, because I also know that, you know, over the last 10 years I've grown as a person, and now the opportunity to do the work that really we should be doing at our university is not just developing players, but developing people. Now I'm a better person to be able to do that work. So I think that covers everything.
Coach Tab, how excited are you steering this team with Jared, Divine, until season 19-21?
Yeah, this is a very talented team. Still young. To be honest, you know, you guys should be asking about the game And you should be asking why Jared took a shot with 8 seconds to go when we didn't have to take a shot. And we should have won the game in regulation, and that wasn't a smart play. And you should be asking why Sean Tuano drove to the rim on Konate when we know he's a great shot blocker, and he had Divine wide open in the paint. And why already at 3 for 6 from the free throw line, he gets the inbounds pass and doesn't give it directly back to Kymani, who's 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Those are the questions you should be asking about the future of this team, because we've got to grow up. We've got to mature. If we make mistakes like that, we're going to cost ourselves games that we actually play well enough to win. And a championship team can't do that. LaSalle won't do that. And if we want to be there slugging it out with the top teams at the end and not just showing up to be at the party, then we've got to learn. We got to learn fast. We've got to grow up, and we still have young players, but they're talented players. I'm excited about them, but I can't wait to get in the dugout and tear some strips off of them right now.
Coach, you talked about growth. The 3 1-10 players only have 13 games left to really grow. How happy are you, at least for how they perform in their first game of the game?
Well, talking about them is really talking about their impact on the team from June when they arrived. And they brought a level of maturity that I wouldn't be at all surprised if they were in the dugout right now talking to some of the younger players about some of the mistakes they made, because their maturity is a huge asset for the team. And we all have, not that they're not going to make mistakes, they will. But more than likely, if we're going to be as successful as everybody wants us to be, the rest of the team is going to have to rise to their maturity level. And that's certainly what I'll be reinforcing.
Lastly, Coach, Jared Bahay, impressed his first game, Jared some lapses in his heart soul. What can you say being one of the vital things for this season's campaign aside from that trip? What can you say?
Well, if you watch Jared in high school, the overtime is typical of how Jared played in high school. He kind of just stopped trying to be a point guard and was a guy that could put the team on his shoulders and get them across the finish line when necessary. Jared's just got to continue to develop the other, 35 minutes of the game, being a great point guard and a better decision maker. But anybody that doubted his talent now understands why he is as good as he is. He's a very courageous guy, but needs to continue learning the game from the point guard role.
On that note, congratulations, Coach, for your 3-year contract.
Thank you very much.